earlier, the fish that are biting, they're rocketing in. And the ones that are cruising the bottom, that's a good looking bow right there. Hey, welcome to Hooked on Utah. Tonight we've got a really crisp, cold, fun adventure for you. It's just me today, and we're gonna do a little fishing here for some big fish, see if we can't get some bows, some cuts, show you some tips and techniques that will help you catch more fish on the ice. It's gonna be a really fun morning. We are the only people out here, I think, so sit back, relax, and enjoy tonight's really fun adventure. All right, so here's our plan today. We've got our snowmobiles out here. We may do a little running and gunning depending on what happens in our first spot. We've got our brand new Humminbird with the Mega Live on it, and we're gonna show you how this works. It's incredible new technology. It's been out for about a year or so, but it's really three-dimensional, four-dimensional viewing of what's below you. You can, instead of seeing the fish come in and on a vertical line or a flasher style, you can actually see them swimming and moving. So we'll show you some of that. We're gonna try to put a few fish on the ice, but we're gonna spend some time with the new Humminbird Mega Live and see if we can't catch a few fish. If it's slow, we'll move. If it's consistently happen, we'll stay, and we'll try different types of lures and presentations to see what the fish do. So let's give it a go. Let's see if we can get this guy. He's gonna turn around. He's kind of lazy in it. I'm gonna go down a little bit, drop, a little drop going. Right when I need it to drop, it sticks on the ice. He's looking at it. See if we can get him to chase it up. Come on, boy, it's being lethargic. Ooh, he's coming in hot. There we go, fish on. First fish of the morning, I love it. On the new Mega Live. Ooh, he feels pretty good. There's about 10, 12 inches of ice. Oh, we'll see if we can just slide him out. I want to grab him with my boga, if he's gonna let me. Come on. Look at that, there we go. There's our first fish of the day. On my lakeshore tackle, Christensen's Looney in the Wonder Bread. Check that out. That's a beautiful cut right there. Absolutely. You know, I thought I'd try my boga grip that I use for bigger fish. Just don't have to handle them, can grab them. It was a little tricky, but that's a nice fish. We'll put him back. Okay, so I use my boga grip on that. Just trying it to reach down and grab him, just see if it worked. I think it worked okay. Here's what I'm using on that fish. This is a lakeshore tackle made in Manila, Utah. Little loony. It's in the Wonder Bread. I love this. Tipped with a little millworm, and then I've got just this little flasher or little blade on there, just to give it something different, especially when I reel it up and the fish chase. Little flutter and flash. But dude, the loony rocks, man. That is such a great bait. You can get them at Sportsman's Warehouse. You can also go to lakeshoretackle.com and get these. But whew, fish number one, we got fish on the graph. Let's go down and see if we can't get another one. Clean this hole out. It is really cold right now. It's negative. So the ice hole just wants to turn into slush, then frozen. All right, let's see if we can get a fish going right now, because there's another one down there. Got a fish coming in. Here he is. There he is. He's on. Came right in on the Mega Live. Feels like a decent fish. You know, the ice is 12, 13 inches deep, and you've got to be, oh, this is a decent fish. We'll see if I can get him here on the, instead of having to get wet. If he's gonna give me that look right there, maybe not. We'll go that way. Look at that fish right there. What I will do is just go like this so I can handle him less. Come on, open up. We'll pop this free. There we go, look at that. Dude, that's a tank. The Boga Grip may not work as well in the ice. Beautiful fish, dip in. I don't want them to freeze up, it's very cold. Gorgeous, gorgeous fish, so healthy. When the temperatures are like this, you want to make sure that you don't keep the fish out very long, because it's so cold that their mucus, the slime can freeze, their fins can freeze. You know, we want to show you the fish, but you got to be quick with them because they will freeze up so fast and do damage, and there's a little higher mortality rate. And you know what? We are ice fishing. Everybody's having a good time. You just kind of got to find that happy medium of getting the fish in, out, get a picture, get her back in. But what we're learning, these fish are coming in now. We're seeing them at about 14 feet deep. They're loving this loony. It's a great bait. We're gonna try a couple more here, different baits in a minute. I got a fish on the graph right now coming in. So check this out. There he is swimming right there. He's swimming off. I gotta get a waxworm on this bait, but you'll see him shoot in on the Mega Live. It gives you basically 3 or 4 dimensions of just, you can see him turn, you can see the size of him. You can see them take your bait. It's wicked cool. And we're just in down mode. It'll give you, I can turn it, shoot way out in front of me to see what's out in front, see if there's fish stacked up. We'll show you more of that later. It's rad. We'll see if we can get his attention. Right there, see what he does. Jigging. He's looking, you know. So he's not super aggressive. He's kind of swimming away, you can see it. This line is actually kind of the trail of my bait that went down. There's ice on the line, so the graph is picking up the ice that's on the line. But you'll see these fish swim in. Aggressive ones come right over to it. But what you're seeing, the graph is so powerful and so good that the little ice droplets on the line, oh, here comes a fish, he's on it. He's right on it. Look at him circling. So my bait is below him. He's now swimming away. Here I see him turn. He's going down to look at the bait. He's coming to look. And if I can entice him up a little bit, so he's not coming in super hot. He's more of a looker. My line's froze in the water. So we're not getting good movement from the jig. It's super important. You got to have that free fall. Here he comes back. He's kind of swimming around it. Here comes one in from the top. He's coming to look. There's several there now. We've got multiple fish. You can see there's a fish there, there. He's turning on my bait. Here comes another one. This is usually when you get bit, you get a little competition going. Come on. He's turning on it. Oh, he tapped it. Here he comes. There we go, fish on. That's pretty cool right there. There's fish right there. So what we saw, we had several fish. We had several fish come in on that graph. And look at it. He's not as good as the others. We're gonna put him back. But what that shows you is you can see those fish swimming around. You can see how they're behaving, and it's so different than standard 2D, which just shows you the lines. You get good at reading what they're doing, but right there on the Mega Live, we're seeing change of direction. They're going vertical, they're going back down, horizontal. They're circling the bait. You can see which direction they're leaving from. It's powerful for you to know how to, how to fish your bait. It's really, really cool. You can pick up your Mega Live at Sportsman's Warehouse, or you can go to humminbird.com and check them out. But Sportsman's has these. They're higher end, they are more expensive, but it sure is fun. It's a game changer. This is an aggressive one. There we go. Fish on. Man, this guy came in. It's like I was saying earlier. The fish that are biting, they're rocketing in. And the ones that are cruising the bottom, that's a good looking bow right there. Good looking bow. This guy just rocketed right in, grabbed it. He loved the Lakeshore Tackle Looney, but that's a good looking bow. Look at the colors on that guy. Let me dip him, show you his colors. Look how beautiful. That's a good eater if you want to eat one. That's one to take. We'll put him back. And he's gone. So what we're learning is the fish we're seeing on the bottom, they're kind of cruising gentle-like, and they're not attacking the bait. What's happening is we're kind of seeing about 5 feet off the bottom, they come rocketing over, engage the bait, and take it. Oh, you see him turning on me? There we go, fish on. Now there's another great example. That fish targeted it, came in off that deep edge behind us. This is a better fish. And he immediately attacked it. Immediately attacked it. Look at that. There's a better fish. Come on out. There's a nice one. Beautiful marks. Came undone. Look at that fish right there. That's a beauty. Gorgeous fish. I love how big those marks are, the spots are. Such a healthy, great fish. That's way cool. It's cold. We're going to put him back, let him go. But that's kind of, we figured it out. I was 5 feet off the bottom jigging, and he just rocketed in from the side. He rocketed in from the deep end. I'm kind of thinking if we moved out to maybe 20 feet, we've probably got fish that are coming off. They're coming off the deep edge. I want to show you something, though, that I think you need to consider, and it's this. This is going to help your fishing a lot. Let me just pop my phone open here, and I want to show you this. You can see that right now, you can see our mark, that purple or kind of orangish bar, shows that we're at the peak of the major time. The peak was really at about 2 a.m., but our morning major is right now. And then it's going to dip down, then there'll be an afternoon major. This really tells you and shows you that if you'll use your technology, you'll know when the best fishing times will be as well. So that's just another helpful hint. Find an app you like, but this is really going to improve your catch rate. All the gear used on this week's adventure can be found at your local Sportsman's Warehouse or online at sportsmanswarehouse.com. Okay, so let me walk you through the baits that we had a lot of success with today on our fishing adventure. And you know what? I want to really feature these because they're two local Utah companies that you can support, and you're going to catch a ton of fish. So, Ned's Bait Box. This is Lakeshore Tackle out of Manila, Utah, and they are phenomenal. The Looney is what we use today, and I went with the lighter color. You know, this is an awesome color, this birthday cake, or white with black flake. I was also using a white with a red flake, but we know orange and pinks are also super hot colors in terms of catching fish. I like to tip them with a waxworm or a millworm, and they just absolutely work. They also glow, so I'll use my UV light that I've got with me in my pocket. I'll just fire that bad boy up and hit them, and they work phenomenal. Spaz, which is Kokanee Co. It's another Utah company. And these little Spazes are phenomenal. They glow in the dark. They've got all kinds of colors, from purples to whites to oranges and greens, blacks. They're a great little creature bait. And they're about the same size as the Looney, another local Utah company. This is what I'm using to rig them up with. These are a little crappie jig head. And they have a blade on them. All sorts of colors. These are like 32nd ounce. They make 16th ounce, 8th ounce, quarter ounce, but I like this lighter weight because they absolutely match up beautifully with these smaller baits. And when you've got a little bit of pressure or high pressure like this, a lake that's getting fished a lot, smaller profile baits we learned today, they're going to produce more. And I love that blade because it gives a little bit of flash. Here's the cool part about all of these baits, and you got to get a pair of these gloves. They can all be found at your local Sportsman's Warehouse. So get in, get geared up, support our local companies, check it all out at Sportsman's Warehouse, and I will see you on the ice. Take it. Come on. I thought for sure. Here he comes back again. He wants this. Dude, look at him dart out away. I moved it too quick. He circled away, but here he comes back. So now we're seeing that, okay, let's see what he does. I'm just gonna dead stick it. Look at him circling it. And he went away. I had one on. I'm in trouble. I might still have him. I think I do still have him. Like, this is a train wreck right here. Dude, I don't know how I did this, but I've got, and I still have a fish on! Yes! What a train wreck! And he feels solid. This feels like a dead fish. Oh, and he's one of the better fish of the day. And I had line twisted around my reel. I mean, we're talking, that was an utter train wreck. And I'm still got this fish. Oh my gosh, he hammered it. He hammered it. Popping free. See if we can get him out. Look at that fish in the light. Look how beautiful. Gorgeous fish. Healthy, healthy fish. Okay, we'll put that guy back in. Torpedo him down the hole. And there we go. So I changed up my color just a teeny bit. We tried the larger bait, but I've gone to, this is more of a white with red flake with a green head. I just wanted to try something a little different. This is a loony, a lakeshore tackle loony. You can get them at Sportsman's Warehouse. They are phenomenal baits. And you know what? They make rods, they make Laker stuff, tubes for lake trout. They make great stuff for trolling for kokanee. But I love it because it's another Utah company. There's several, you know, there's Kokanee Co. There's Rocky Mountain Anglers that make kokanee tackle. They make all kinds of cool stuff. Kokanee Co., they make the spaz, which I'll show you a little bit later. Phenomenal trout bait. So get into Sportsman's Warehouse, support some of our local companies, get in, get geared up, and let's rip some lip. Making him go down for it. Come on. There we go. I watched him turn and go down. I watched him circle it. You just have with this graph, oh, better fish. Let's see if we can bogey this guy. I'll probably knock him off. Give me your mouth. Ooh, bad move. Oh, bad move. I hooked the hook a couple times. That was a dumb move. The boga, not essential for ice fishing. Oh my gosh, look at this fish. This guy rocketed in. And I love it because you get him right in the beak. And I mean, that's just a big, healthy fish. Look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous fish.